Full souls, welcome back or welcome to the Hawk. And my name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Friday. Hello and good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're watching us from or when you're watching. It's really good to be here today. It has been quite the week energetically, and I've got a lot to talk about. And my time is a little bit short this morning because I do have some mentoring students this morning and a very busy day with clients. So I will be keeping it a little on the shorter end today. And I do have a lot to talk about. So I'm going to jump in. Good morning. I will check the chat after I've reviewed what I've channeled with you all. We are in probably one of the biggest energy shifts that I have felt in a very, very, very long time. Many of you are probably feeling that chaotic energy is the best way to kind of describe it. A lot going on, a lot of floating pieces, and there's quite a few reasons for it. We have been working on ourselves for a very long time. Those of you who are follow me here, or others and other spiritual teachers, you've been working on yourself, and you've been working on some healing, and you've been working on growth, and it has been an up and down journey. Healing and self-growth, there's a lot in that. There's a lot in being human. There's a lot on our soul's purpose here to grow and learn in this physical world dimension. Alignment is huge coming up in the next few days. We have got a huge super new moon followed by an eclipse. So when you think about just the meaning of that, it is all alignment. The total solar eclipse is alignment. Everything is coming to perfect alignment. And we're being called to kind of step off the edge, to honor ourselves, to honor our own growth, to be able to say, here I am. And that is probably going to be how you're going to feel later on in the weekend or perhaps into next week. Right up until around April 23rd, I feel we're going to be going through a lot of this stepping up energy. Our physical self is responding to it, though. So let's talk about a little bit about anxiety. Anxiety may be off the chart for some of you. You may be feeling a little bit of that heart space, a little bit of that palpitations or fluttering in your heart. Emotional eruptions have probably been huge for the last week or so. Some tears, some headaches, the need to just rest. Your physical body is also responding to a lot of the energy that's around. Now, of course, if you have any concerns, I'm not a doctor, so if you have any concerns medically, please follow through with that. But a lot of this is energy, a little bit of a vertigo going on, a lot of deep knowings. Perhaps your empathy and telepathic connections have been huge. Are you thinking about people and then suddenly they message you? Or have you been feeling very deep for other people, or even empathy for yourself? Perhaps you're feeling your own stuff a little bit deeper than what you normally would. That is all very much floating through our awareness, and it's for a big purpose. It's for expansion. It's for alignment. You may be feeling extra connected. You may be feeling extra aware. This is all coming in from within you to say, step off the edge now and really allow that growth, really step into that growth. People are often naturally resistant. We are naturally resistant to change. For a lot of different reasons. Some of us are programmed that change is not always great, or perhaps change in the past has brought you, some uncomfortable situations. But this is a glorious time right now to be able to just allow the alignment, allow transformation, allow that spiritual growth, allowing the next steps. When you think about all the things that you've been kind of growing through and trying to navigate through, it's coming down to this crossroads of which way do you want to go with it all now, right? Now, as well with this energy, if you've and this is what spirit has shown me, and it's actually come up for me in the last couple of days, which I just kind of chuckled. I was like, yeah, that's already been happening. um for those of you who have people around you that may be difficult to talk to, people who are often closed, not approachable or not open to talk about difficult conversations, there's an openness that's coming in with that. There is an openness to allow hard talk, hard conversations, and it's to tap us into a few things. Number one, to heal those relationships or those past experiences, or to be able to allow that space of letting go. I wish you well on your journey. me. I was really surprised at the difficult, or some of the difficult relationships or people that are harder to talk to, reaching out to me with some surprising conversations. And if you have a knee-jerk reaction to that, before you even respond, just take a moment to pause and feel it, because sometimes we pull into what's going on, or we close ourselves off. If you yourself are a person that can be a little bit harder to talk to, a little less, maybe perhaps you're not always out open, you may find yourself reaching out to people. You may find yourself wanting to talk about things that have been difficult, or you may be reaching to people who have a soft space for you to land. So, if you there's been something that you haven't shared, or if there's been something that you really want to talk about, you may find yourself reaching out to say, I think I want to reach out to somebody who understands, just to sit and listen, and to be able to hold some space for you. And that is your own growth. So if sometimes we say, well, I've healed that, and why is it coming back up? Or why am I thinking about this now? Why do I feel like I need to talk about this now? It's to help put us all into a shift of alignment, to be able to say, I got to talk about this. I need to be able to, hear it. And if you don't want to talk to other people, talk to yourself about it. Stand in front of that mirror, or do a little bit of journaling. This is how I'm feeling. I don't know why, or I have to talk about it now, but I feel the need that I do. I just need to express. Expression is going to be huge for the next couple days. And you may find that you need to express yourself through other ways, through creativity. If you're artsy, you may find yourself digging out those old projects that you didn't finish, or you may be, opening up to a little bit more. I'm going to read a new topic. There is this big push from the universe to say, come on in now, come on in. If you haven't stepped in yet, come on in. And if you've been on a spiritual journey and been doing a lot of work, doors of opportunity and new things and new topics and new people to connect to is kind of pushing you now. It's kind of pushing you to reach out and tap into that. It's okay when things don't resonate with us as well. You can pick up a book and read it and say, yeah, you know what, that really doesn't feel like truth to me. And it's okay. I can put that down. But the thirst for knowledge, excuse me, sorry, and the thirst for growth is going to be extremely powerful between now and April 23rd. It's about stepping into that alignment, being able to say, I'm just going to step off the ledge and work on alignment, and just kind of allow and honor myself. Big energy, big alignment, big emotions, a lot of eruption, a lot of, for some people, like people that I've been running into lately, some of them are crying as soon as they see me. As soon as they see me, it's like cry, and it's like, oh, it's okay to cry, right? And I'll give them the moment, and I'll say, is there anything you want to share? And they're like, no, I just needed to cry around you. And I'm so proud of them for feeling that safety, right? I just need to, let it go. Now, sometimes with that, quite often that is the all those things that we held in, right? All those times we didn't speak, all those, and we don't even know what it's attached to. I just feel the need to just sit here and cry. And it's just that final letting go of things. And we do struggle with feeling not safe to do so, right? There's this whole thing, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Just allowing yourself to have that space of just, and sometimes the tears are happy tears too, and you don't even know why you're so happy. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the unrest that's kind of mixed in with this. There is a lot of fear. I've had people, sometimes people think I need to know about every article or everything that's being said, and I'm grateful. So, it's very much okay, because they want my thoughts on it. There is a lot of because fear is a thing for a lot of people. There's a lot of fear being posted right now about this eclipse and about the energy. And I have sat with it. I have asked questions. And it is 100% growth and love. There is nothing for fear based in any of this. And I think that that's so important to kind of tap into. There's a lot of stuff with spirituality, or a lot of people pull the fear in. And I just want to say, Relax, enjoy this ride, enjoy this energy, enjoy nature, enjoy listening to that vibration. Spend some time with just some peaceful moments. If you're feeling overwhelmed with some of this energy, bring yourself to the quiet place, watch a little bird hop across the grass, watch the clouds float by over the next couple days. The energy is going to come in many different ways. And the fear-based stuff that comes up with a lot of this stuff, try to really disconnect from it. Like, just try to, that's not my truth, that's not where I am and all this. Try and allow that to kind of filter, right? Really, sometimes we can dive in too much into too many things. And I really feel it's about coming home, coming into that heart chakra, allowing that expansion, allowing yourself to open, allowing all of that energy. Dreams have been insane for the last couple days as well. So for those of you who are having restless sleep or dreams that are extremely, like weird or off the charts, just simply know it's you're also releasing in your sleeping state, and it can simply be just a dream. Some of the crazy erratic dreams are it's energy that you've been holding in or absorbing. Now, I've been telling a lot of people to really kind of do their grounding work for the next couple days. Just kind of make sure you're keeping yourself grounded. I always lean into that beautiful ball of light around me for that energetic protection and for that energetic flow, to let things flow. Like, light for me flows. So I've been tapping into a lot of that as well, especially if other people are going through things and that are coming to me for love and support. I just simply allow myself to be very grounded right now, and whatever grounding work that you do, if it's what brings you to that grounding space, amazing. Grounding can be many different ways: meditation, exercise, just listening to music, getting yourself outside, back against a tree, stomping your feet on the ground. Try and keep yourself very grounded over the next couple days. And even just a little bit extra. If you already do a lot of grounding work, just add a little bit of a pinch to just a little bit more and a little bit more, keeping yourself in that space. We've got such beautiful alignment. Think about the meaning of a total solar eclipse. It's alignment. And we are part of this physical world universe. We're a part of that energy, and it's magical. Like, we are affected by that, right? And it's calling us into that alignment. The other thing that I think it's really important over the next couple days, and then I'm going to get to the questions. I know there's quite a few up there. I will get to some of them. Is making sure that you're well hydrated, making sure that you're stretching and moving your body a little bit. When you think about energy, it moves, right? So if our physical body is affected by energy, you've got to get moving a little bit, like even just some stretches, even just doing some stretches, right? Stretching in a chair, moving your feet, move that energy around as well. And that is a glorious thing, to have that movement of energy. Things are flowing through me, from head to toe, just allowing ourselves. The hydration part is, our bodies, when we have a lot of energy around us, our physical body responds, which is why you may be feeling the headaches, or a little bit of that heart space, or a little bit more anxiety, or a little bit more overwhelmed. Your physical body responds to that. So make sure that you're hydrating up. Sipping on a full water bottle for the next couple days is going to really benefit some of those feelings. Some of us are more sensitive to energy, right? Some of us feel it more. You may be like, I'm not really emotional. That's okay if you're not, but some people respond at that higher level. It's also the people around you, and I always say that the people around you are experiencing things too. So you may not be affected yourself, but you may see your friends or your family or even your pets. Animals do respond as well to the energy that's around them. So if you're experiencing people that are having their own moments, just pause and hold the space for them. We often don't even have to say anything. Right? You don't even have to say anything sometimes. Just holding the space, perhaps a hug, or just listening. People around you are going through their stuff too, and finding their way into alignment. So honor that space, honor your time, honor the alignment. Allow yourself with alignment. Though, and I just want to touch base for just another moment on this, is when we're navigating into alignment, some things don't come with us. right? So that may be, you may have some things fall back. There may be some change that's, kind of brewing in the background. And all of a sudden, I'm, you know, I'm looking for something new, right? I'm looking, whether it be a new job or new relationships, new things are coming in. So quite often when new things are coming into alignment, old things that no longer serve us fall back. And what happens, and sometimes I'll put my hand up too, every now and again you want to cling to it, right? I want to cling to that. And the universe is saying, that's old versions of you. That's not serving you anymore. Here's something new and delicious. Here's a different way. Here's a different way. Here's a different way. And we do have choice and free will in all of this too, right? We do have choice and free will. But with that though, a lot of these things will continue to surface for you until you're ready. And that's a big thing to be okay with. If I'm not ready to step out of that relationship yet, but the repeat lesson and the repeat theme will continue to find its way to you until you are ready. I hope that this little energy update made sense to a lot of you, resonated with a lot of you. Enjoy it, just simply enjoy the ride, and just enjoy the ride. Right, whether it be bumpy or slow or fast moving, just enjoy the ride. I see some of you with your dreams and your stuff. Okay, I'm going to take a scroll up and have a read here. It's great to see so many of you joining me this morning. I love it. Kayla, the retrograde has a lot of energy. Yeah, there is a little bit, there is a retrograde going on. I typically don't normally feel retrograde. In many of the traditional ways, and I also feel right now that retrograde is less of a dominant vibration. I don't feel it as a slowdown. Quite often retrogrades slow us down. I just feel that and again, it's with the balance. Sometimes we need to slow down, and sometimes the energy is kind of moving us forward. But yeah, it's very chaotic right now. There's a lot of energy going on. Uh, that's what she said. Len, I have a serious question. I have a friend fighting in Syria army, and I haven't heard from him in over a month. Is Corey okay? I didn't even have to finish reading that, and I felt Corey is okay. I felt protected. I felt loved. I also feel you're going to hear. I also feel like there's news coming. I don't think that they are able to communicate right now. Rather that just be it's not available. Sometimes and I just don't feel like it's available, right? So, but I will continue sending energy that way too, as well as you continuing to send love and light and protection. And you can communicate telepathically as well, sending your thoughts, sending your energy. I know you're okay, and I miss you, and I love you. Sending protection. You can communicate. I miss you and thinking about you. Right. Look after yourself. You can. It's all energy. It's extremely powerful. They will receive it. It may not come into them as words, but it will come into them as an awareness. I'm loved and I'm supported, and everyone is okay. All right. Let's see where we need to go here. Um, Melissa, wondering if you can pick up on a message from my dad, missing him so much. Um, Melissa, your dad it has a very humorous vibration to me. There's a lot of I want to smile really big. I really feel that animation in my face with him, that big smile. He hears you and he knows, and he truly isn't gone. I also feel him leaning in a lot with that supportive energy. He likes to lean on. He likes to lean in. I also feel, Melissa, if I can just spend an extra 30 seconds here with you on this, because what he's saying is a lot of his spirit signs are more of the feelings. It's more of the goosebumps or that warmth or that I just know I can see that he's more that way with feeling him. So when you do get that feeling, and the feeling may come as an awareness, you may be like, oh, I'm thinking about my dad. I really miss him today. He's leaning on you with that. He's a feeler. He's a big feeler for me. So I don't know if that's just the way he's working, or if your relationship was so close that he stays that close and that feeling. And he's a big feeler for me. And I love that. I love that so much. All spirits work very differently. And it's just how they work. Right. So I love how he's working with you. Am I the only one going through a declutter lately, getting rid of a lot of stuff left by loved ones who've passed? Horizon Phoenix, that is a beautiful question. It is a glorious time to be feeling that declutter. Loved ones who have passed away, and this comes up a lot during my readings. Um, they no longer attach to the physical item, right? It may have had significance to them, and it has significance to you when they were here, but they will acknowledge things, but it's okay to get rid of things, right? So if you feel you no longer need it or you need to declutter, they're very much okay with that, because it's not like they cherish that. They cherish the people, they cherish the energy, they cherish the memories. It's not so much the physical item stuff. So it's very much okay. Right. And it's also okay if you feel like, I really need to keep this necklace with me. It helps me connect to them. That's very much okay as well. There's nothing wrong with either, right? If that's how you feel you need to connect with them, that's okay too. Um, Tears, headaches, tired. And yes, I think about someone and they will call. Kayla, it's beautiful energy for all of that. All of that. Fran, I'm looking forward to change. First time in my life. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. And I've you literally used that sentence a lot the last couple of weeks with let's go. Right. It's I'm ready to be ready, and I'm ready, and I'm aligning to it. And and what needs to fall back can, and what needs to come in can. That is all amazing, amazing mindfulness, an amazing way. I'm looking forward to change, says Fran, cheering for the change, right? Really, really tap into that, you guys. Like, really take those words and let's go, right? That's the forward momentum. That's kind of how you're going to get to align to it. If you're looking for ways to align to it, Fran just nailed it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm cheering that change. Bring it on, right? And and I do that every day. I'm very much okay with what needs to go, and what needs to come in, and what I need to learn. I'm very much okay with that. And so cheer for yourself as you navigate through that. Spring. Currently, I've kind of stepped back to give breathing space after my kids lost their aunt last night. And sending love and light there. Spring. Um, Giving people space, and taking your own space is they know that you're there, and I'm holding the space. But sometimes there are situations, and we always know when we need to kind of step back. And I have something very similar that I'm going through. A lifelong friend of mine passed away just over a week ago. And I have a very different outlook on death. I'm very happy that she got her wings. But I had to step back and let her, just let her family go through their things, or go through their things. They know I'm here, but I've got to step back and allow that space, for many reasons. We just know when it's time, right? Sandra, hey Lana, any messages from my team on the other side? Lots of shadow work lately. Excited to see what's next. Well done, you. It's cheering that I hear for you, Sandra. I feel like you need to know that you're being cheered for from the other side, right? From spirit guides, from ancestors. There's a lot of ancestral stuff going on right now too with healing. That I'm probably going to talk about more in another week or so, because the volume on the ancestors coming forward to help us with the healing has been turned up quite a bit as well. Try and get you a few more here. I have to watch the clock, you guys. I'm really sorry. I reached out to two people this past week who told me my timing was uncanny. There it is, Alina. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to be seeing a lot of that. That is going to be coming up for many of us at an increased volume. Um, you know, just that reaching out. I need to reach out, or people are going to be reaching out to you. And the most and difficult conversations that may have been very difficult last week are going to flow. So for those of you who've got things that are difficult to talk about, don't be surprised if that rises up. And if you feel that panic or that, just give yourself a moment to process it before you respond. Wendy, the spirit see that I'm going to be with the guy I feel in my heart, body, and soul I'm supposed to be with for years now. Wendy, wow. When I was reading that, I was literally flipping back through past lives. There's a past life here connection with this person, and I think some of your awareness is feeling that. I think your soul remembers a past experience that you've had with that person. I really have to push you into the power of now with this, Wendy. With I'm just going to allow. I'm going to allow that and trust that I'm going to be where I need to be. I think a big part of your soul is feeling that past connection there, and that is a glorious thing to experience. um when it comes to relationships, there is the choice and free will piece. So that can be a little bit difficult when people talk to me about relationships. Are we going to get together? Are we going to do this? we can feel, I'll just use this as an example. Let's say I meet somebody that is just perfect for me and I feel it. I know it. That other person has choice and free will as well to say, I'm going to allow that person in. I'm going to allow that. We do come here with choice and free will. So sometimes, and I'm not saying this is your case, Wendy, I'm just using this as an example. Not even though we have soul contracts, we still come here with choice and free will. And sometimes our feelings for people can be past life memories, right? I've journeyed with them before, and that's why they feel so familiar to me. It is a glorious energy to feel when you know someone has been with you, 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago. Um, I truly feel, Wendy, I can't step out of this person. I can't step back. I feel like I just have to enjoy the journey with where you're at. So I know that's a little bit vague, but that's how they're showing it to me is just, and there's probably a lot of learning in that too, Wendy. Um, all right. Filled with love and light and gratitude. I love that. Debbie, my breast cancer journey is ending, and I want to express my thanks to all of you for your healing messages. Oh, Debbie, I just felt like this flutter, like just such profound love and such profound clarity and such a profound new beginning for you. And we are always here and we're always holding you in love and light. And that goes for all of you. You are always held here. Um, very happy for you, Deb. Very, very happy for you. I agree so much from fear from other people, and I'm doing my best to focus on the good and transformative energy I feel from this eclipse. Yeah, I know it's not a new thing. The microphone has gotten a little bit louder because of social media. I mean, before social media, some of us may not even remember a world before social media, but before social media, we had to pick up a phone with a rotor and dial a number or send a telegram if you want to go even back further in time. But people have always had, different belief systems or fears. And now with the social media, there's a big old microphone that can be very expansive. If it doesn't align with me, I just simply remind myself it's not my truth, and I really try hard not to put my vibration into that kind of stuff. So I said that before. I am very careful what I read. I am very careful what I align to. And if it's not my truth, I just simply remind myself of that. That doesn't feel like truth to me, right? And ask yourself, does that feel like truth? Yes or no? That's your indicator. Go to your intuition. Just go there. Spring, I've had to hit I'm not interested on so many posts. Yeah. And just simply, you know, social media has its good things, a good side to it too. And I always get into the debate when people start really chirping and knocking down social media. I feel very differently about it. I really, really do. And like all things in life, I mean, even in the time of the news, the newspaper and news articles, there's always been that fear sells, drama sells. That it is there's always that, right? There's always been that. That's nothing new. But what you subject yourself to, you're bringing that in. So I'm very careful on what I follow, what I tap into, even what I listen to. I'm very careful with that because I'm very absorbent. I know my empath connection is huge, but social media has done so many great things as well. It has pulled people together. Without social media, I wouldn't be here. Right, I wouldn't be showing up here and communicating. I wouldn't be having my own personal growth. I wouldn't have met some of you. I wouldn't have met other people. I wouldn't have had the opportunities. So there's a lot of good too. So again, it comes into what am I going to align with, right? There has always been fear. There has always been negativity. There has always been drama. There has always been that side. And I always remind people of that. It's just changed forms because we have evolved, right? Technology is a beautiful thing. It's cured diseases. It's pulled people together. It's helped healing. There's a lot of good too, and that's where I will want to sit. Right, that's where I want to sit. I don't want to sit in any of the fear-based stuff, and fear sells. Right, it sells. It pulls people in. It gets likes and comments, and it brings that in. And it's okay. It's not for me, and that's okay. Right. Um, Anything to do different for the eclipse water. So let's tap into that. I really don't, I could spend all morning here with you guys. Okay, so let's tap into anything that you can do for the eclipse. I always say to people, do what resonates with you. right? It's all intention and what you align with and what's going to help you with your own alignment. If making eclipse water is something that resonates with you, if you are a big water person and connect with it, do that. If you're a person that just likes to kind of sit and just feel energy, do that. If you want to charge your crystals, if that resonates with you, do that. I really want you guys to walk your path with with what works for you, right? I'm a big forest bather. I like to go out, or even on the grass. I will go out and I really like to connect to the ground and really like to connect to nature. There are times that I do moon water and there are times that I don't. Will I do eclipse water? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I will feel into that. And if I feel that's what I'm going to need from the eclipse, then I will do that. I and here's another thing with social media and sometimes and just with teachings in general. And it's very old. It's not new, right, at all. Is people will say that this is the only way to do things. And spirit has told me, my own guides have told me over and over and over again, it's your way. It's your spiritual path. It's what resonates to you. It's what gives you that sense of peace. It's what gives you your that personal power. It's what brings you healing. Nature, we are very connected to, right? We are very connected to the universe. We are very connected to that power and that energy. I have people that are extremely spiritual, mediums, healers. Some of them don't connect to spirit guides. That's truly okay. Like they don't have to. They work in a different vibration. They work in a different alignment. They channel differently. It's what resonates with them. And do they believe in spirit guides? Yeah, but it doesn't resonate with them. So they don't have to do that. I work a lot with spirit guides, and I didn't always work with spirit guides. So it wasn't until I got my hawk, and it wasn't until I got Estrid and my dragon that now I've gotten messages from spirit guides, but it wasn't until that kind of shifted for me that I started tapping into learning more about spirit guides. Always go with what you're pulled to for your spiritual practices. Oh, it's got to be your way. How you connect is very unique. You are uniquely you, and your spiritual practices should be that way. Play with them. I change my spiritual practices all the time. All the time. Now, do I have certain things that are deep for me? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sitting with my hawk every day and my is my deliciousness. Sitting in nature, it really works for me. I've got very spiritual people that can't handle sitting in a forest because the bugs and the flies and the dirt is not their thing. But they have got other ways of connecting with the universe. Find your path and walk it and change it. It doesn't matter. You can get ideas and listen to different people's ideas, but please know that that is not the only way. And I think that is something that scratches my head when people say this is the only way to do it. This is the only way. And I've been in many spiritual places, spiritual organizations that practice that way. It's only this way. And I have to say, no, that doesn't really resonate with me. One time, I'll tell you guys a little story. And just for privacy reasons, I won't tell you where, but I was away at a workshop that was hosted by a spiritual church. And I took the platform for mediumship and messages. And I had a child that passed, and I was connected to the person in the audience. Validation was 100% clear. Like it was definitely for them. Names, dates, places, how she passed, all of that. And I had an elder in the church stand up and stop me and explained that mediumship doesn't work that way. I had to go through an ancestor in order to communicate with a child that passed. And that's not how spirit works for me. So I respectfully said, I was very respectful, and just explained myself, and I said, this is how I work. And after that event, that leader came up to me and said, I disagree, but I respect how you work. Right. And that's okay. We all have our own way and our own belief system. It was handled beautifully from both sides. Right. So I always say how you work in your gifts and what you resonate with and how you channel, it's your way. And the more that you branch out on that path, and I talk about that with my mentoring students, I'm here to guide you and open the door and help you understand, but it's your gifts and it's your way. And that is so important, right? Don't let everybody ever shift that from you because it's you. You're a powerful soul. You're an individual soul. You've come here with your own unique gifts. It's not up to somebody to take that from you. Okay? Honor yourself and inspire. There we go. A few more. Thank you very much, Fran, for that question. I know I spent a few extra minutes on that. Um, my partner's dog has been sick. He's had skin issues since he was a puppy. He's a pit bull. No doctor has been able to figure it out. Can you please feel into it? I instantly can feel my entire body very, very itchy. I feel like there's multiple allergies here, and some of them are environmental. Some of them it's food. I feel there's an extensive food. I know, and I know there's been some food shifts, but I feel like there's. And it feels more like additives to me as well, like anything additives. But I feel like there's multiple layers of allergies here. Um, I'm not sure where you're from, Kayla, but one thing I would suggest, if you haven't already done so, is try a holistic vet. Sometimes they're able to tap into other things as well, but I feel it's very. And I also feel, is there carpet? A lot of carpet in the house, Kayla? I'll check down below before I log off. I need to know that because I feel a lot of fabric and carpet underneath the dog. So I feel like that's like and it's underneath. I feel like I'm on a floor. But I feel like there's a lot, like layer upon layer of allergy there that's causing that skin irritation. Um, I can't believe they stopped you during the reading. I'm glad it was handled with love. Yeah, and that's okay. I was in their arena. That's a a sports reference. I was in their house, right? And they have their own system and their own way, and they were a little bit surprised that I didn't know about that. They were like, you didn't know you can't do that," and I'm like, "Heck no! I've been channeling kids in the spirit dimensions, for many many years." But it was handled very well, and I think now they didn't let me back on stage to do any more of the channeling, but it was handled very very well. And it's okay. I'm very much okay. I just didn't allow that to change my mediumship. Right, because I truly believe that if spirit didn't want me to channel that way, then it wouldn't work that way. Right. All right. Um, he has such bad allergies. He lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, yes, he has carpet. Okay. So Kayla, I won't get into it too much here on the live, but I really feel like with that carpet, it's a fabric and like it's the carpet fabric itself that's causing a lot of allergies. I feel like there's a lot of layers. I feel like and dust mites are a natural thing. We all have dust mites. I feel like this dog reacts to that. Um, I feel that there's additives that are in the food. So, and I'm not a vet, I know you know that, Kayla, but has there been a switch of perhaps more of a raw diet or a raw kibble? Because I feel like I've got to take away less additives. I feel like there's a lot of layers with this allergies to this dog. I don't feel like it's just one, which is why this is probably not, I don't feel this is just seasonal. I feel like it all the time. It may be better sometimes and worse at others, but I feel like there's a lot of layers here to the allergies. I would try and decrease some of the exposures. I know it's hard with a dog, but they have to go outside. He wasn't a raw diet before. Now he's on kibble. Um, the food stuff, and again, I would lean into a holistic vet just because they're going to have a little bit more knowledge into. I don't have the knowledge as to what is the most allergic additive in any food. I'm sure there's even additives in raw food. Like there probably has to be, but a holistic vet will have a little bit more knowledge than I do. I feel like I've got food and environmental and this carpet. There's something with this carpet. I feel it's the fabric or even carpet, no matter how old, they do have chemicals in carpet. I feel this dog is very hyper vigilant, like aware of all these allergens. It's not just one. I also want to say that this pup is a sweet dog. I just feel like I got this tongue going around me here. I feel like there's a lot of sweetness in this pup. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can grab another one. You have a hawk? I didn't know that. So Julie, I don't actually own the hawk. I have a big connection with a hawk. So, and I'll keep it very short and sweet. I think there's an old video on my YouTube channel. When I was still full-time nursing, and growing my spirituality and growing my mediumship. I started having a physical hawk follow me. So I drive. It was about probably 15 kilometers each way to work. I was still nursing at that time, and I had a hawk, and I would see it, during my drive, literally flying beside my window. And this was every single day on the way to the clinic. When I arrived to the clinic, the hawk was in my parking spot on the fence post. Every time. And I started connecting with it, and I started receiving messages from this hawk, and I really started, and everywhere I went, it used to freak my family out and friends out. Everywhere I went, there'd be a hawk circling my head, or even in a mall parking lot, there'd be a hawk circling. It was so weird at the time. Then I did some work with a shaman, and I did a shamanic journey. And when I did that journey, I had the hawk come to me as a spirit animal. So I was in the meditation during the journey, and up came this hawk, and it kept flying around me and flying around me. And the hawk became a very powerful spirit guide for me. And I started to see with a bird's eye view through the eyes of a hawk when I started reading. My reading started to shift big time. So remember, for a while I was full-time nurse, part-time casual medium. And then I started doing more and more readings. And the more readings that I did, the more I got this bird's eye view, which is why some of you who are on here who have seen me read, often my eyes go kind of weird, or my eyes go up, or my eyes go glossy, or some people will say, "You get that look, Lanny, you get that look. What are you picking up?" It's me working through the eyes of a red-tailed hawk to see into the spirit dimensions. So that is why my business is called The Hawk and I have such a huge reference with it. And even to this day, if I was to drive anywhere across town, I can guarantee you there will be a hawk on a lamppost or on a tree during the drive, or when I arrive, there will be a hawk screeching. If it's, I can usually you can hear it screeching. Um, Spiritually, the hawk will come to me at many times during the day, to work with me. So it's quite profound with the red tail hawk. But that is why it is the hawk and I. So I don't actually physically have a hawk that I own, and I don't think I would ever own a wild bird. But he is always around. Like, he's on my garden shed all the time if I go outside. Like, there's always a hawk around me. And I love it so much. I do love it so much. Eek! Oh, I can't believe it's 9:15. I have goosebumps. I love it. I love watching you work, Lana. Thank you so much, you guys. Well, nothing surprises me anymore. I get told I'm going to HELL by my pastor is a female I'm following. Okay. Um, I have had that a lot, Spring, over the years. And it's belief systems from other people, and it's okay. Many years ago, I took this to spirit. I did, because I don't ever want to do anything that's going to not serve me well. And I think that there's a lot of lack of knowledge on mediumship. I think we're getting much better. The world is opening up big time. I also think that there's a big misunderstanding. There's been tales over history that are misunderstanding. And there has also, like in all things, and I say this all the time, in every walks of life, there is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So there have been people in the past who have not had integrity, or who have gone into mediumship or spirituality for not for the highest power. I have sat with spirit many times, and I have channeled many higher ascended masters. Um, and I've taken this to them. And I have only ever received love, light, and support from that. I really do. Um, People are entitled to their belief systems, whether it be personal or religion, and I'm also okay to have my belief systems, right? Um, and a lot of old programming um, does come up for people, and it's okay. It's okay. Right. I just send them love and light, and hopefully they get their own understandings. We have to shift, because I've got a mentoring student who will not be happy with me if I'm not at my office on time to do some teaching. Um, let me talk about Monday first, what's on my mind, and then I'll get to the books. So I'm not sure how Monday morning is going to go for me. I may be on here a little later. Um, I'm just going to trust whatever spiritual practices I need to do before the timeline of the actual eclipse. I'm just going to allow that timeline. So I may be on later on Monday, or I may pop on Sunday afternoon with some channeling. I'm just going to allow and leave that door open. I'm also very excited because Saturday, the lovely U15 Lady Rangers B team, they've made it to the finals. So I will be cheering for my girls. Um, it's either going to be gold or silver, and either way, I am so proud and so excited for them. Um, so and Sunday I do have the All-Star game. So my daughter is playing in the All-Star game on Sunday. So it's going to be a very interesting vibration weekend as well. But I wanted to take a moment to thank all of you. I know that my hockey life is not necessarily spirituality, but every time I post or every time I talk about it, whether it be here on Facebook or on Instagram, the support from you guys and cheering for these girls has been profound. And I want to thank you for that. I really, really do. All of my followers have always been so supportive. So let's go Rangers. I'll keep you posted. Either way, I am so proud of the hard work. It is hard work for them, and they have embraced it. They also have embraced mindfulness. So we do mindfulness work before every game and meditation, and they embrace it. Our youth are so open. Now, many on the team have been with me for quite a few years, so they're used to my use of that. But even the new girls were wide open and leaned into it. So I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of how our season went, and I wanted to thank you. I just want to thank you for supporting that part of my life that I do share on social media. No matter the outcome, they are gold. Absolutely, they are gold. And I always get a little bit emotional at the last practice was last night in the last game. It's an end of a cycle for them, right? Many of them are going up to U18 next year. It is the end of this season, and there has been so many magical moments, and it's just I love them so much, and they are all exceptional young ladies. All right, what do we need to know? Angel number. Let's have a message from our angels and guides this morning. 575. The big changes that you are experiencing are answers to your prayers and bring blessings to you and your loved ones. Ah, I love that so much. The big changes that you are experiencing, it's alignment, right? A lot of new stuff coming in. I don't know why. I don't know why I respond with surprise when it matches what we just talked about. It's just so profound. Spirit animal book. What do we need to be guided by for the next couple of days till we return? What messages do we need to hear? Let's just set an intention and see where we go. The Bobcat. One of your tasks right now is to learn to live alone without feeling lonely. This is a time to be vigilant, remaining alert and relaxed as you can be with all your senses available as needed. You'll find that you're much better discerning what lurks behind the persona that someone presents. If something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts rather than what others are telling you or showing you. Be careful at this time about what you share with someone else, even in confidence, as there is some risk that it will be passed on to others and either distorted or blown way out of proportion. Some time alone, right? Doesn't mean you have now when the book says to learn to live alone, that means being okay with yourself, being okay with that alone time, being okay with being who you are. Doesn't mean you have to move out. All right. So and with the price of rent today, I don't know if I want to live alone either. But anyway, I love that. I love this message. Trusting your instincts, right? And we talked about other people's truth, and it doesn't necessarily have to be ours. Um, I'm also really careful with what I share for most times until I'm really sure. Energetically for me, and people are entitled to their opinions and suggestions, but I'm often very protective of what I don't want in my energy and in my manifestations. Because energy can be absorbed into affecting us, right? I do have to go. I have pushed the clock. Enjoy the eclipse. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy each other. Enjoy your time alone. Enjoy your spiritual path. And as always, I am wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. And a thumbs up, you guys, if you enjoyed your morning with me. I'd be grateful for that. Take good care. I love you.